Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know, I'm gonna let you know that this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building, bringing you nothing but the greatest and the latest and cutting edge technology to keep today's man groomed. Lawnmower 4.0s, got the Boxer 2.0s, they got the Ultra Smooth package, they got lip balm, they got deodorant, they got smell goods, they got fragrances. Father's Day is around the corner. Use code Brunson, say 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I fought for that for y'all. So yo, man, Memorial Day is one of them holidays. You know what I mean? As a guy who was active duty, that deployed, who've seen some things, I guess. Memorial Day often it helps me reflect. You know what I mean? My last deployment, I lost some great guys. You know what I mean? And this day got to be about them. We can't make it about nothing else. I know a lot of people are going to cookouts and enjoying, their Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend, as you should. You know what I'm saying? But let's not forget what the holiday is about, man. Let's not forget it, man. Lieutenant Rylander, you know what I mean? Sergeant First Class Bobby Estel, Conchillis, Belmontes, guys that, paid the ultimate sacrifice from my battalion that I was attached to, when we deployed to Afghanistan. And, I want their memories to, live forever, man, because, brave men. Brave men. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, man, let's talk about it. OTAs is jumping off tomorrow, man. We gotta look at some of these position battles. We gotta keep a close eye on a couple of these groups. And here's my top 4 groups that I feel like you really gotta look at and you really gotta evaluate and get the best guys on the field. Now, we can start with wide receiver. Wide receiver is a no-brainer. This really comes down to, how much is Jalen Reagor going to try to fight and claw for his respect as a guy that should be, getting some of this playing time. This is what it crumbles down to, because you're not going to get more playing time than Smitty. You're not going to get more playing time than A.J. Brown. You should not be getting more playing time than Quez Watkins. But if you want to fight and beef for some playing time, if you want to be the first number called when dudes need a breather, you got to go out there and assert yourself. You got to assert yourself. And listen, it's all up to him, man. You know what I mean? I talk about trimming the dead weight. That's one of the last things I think you got to do to make this a complete roster. And, Jalen Reagor is turning out to be, no disrespect, but dead weight. You know what I mean? What value is he bringing to the team, being on the team at this point? We know he was a high draft pick. You're going to be paying him a lot of money soon, you know what I mean, for a guy that's not really doing anything for you. So it's all about trimming the dead weight. And I just want to see how much he's going to fight, because it don't look like we're going to find nowhere to ship him off to. You know what I mean? We got to get something out of him, man. We can't have a first-round pick just fall into the winds. My suggestion was sending him down to the practice squad, letting him take them lumps on the chin down there, and letting him reevaluate what he think of himself. You know what I mean? Not just being a Philadelphia Eagle. Let him envision his career moving forward, because it's important. Strong safety, man. Listen, Mike Epps and Kayvon Wallace are going to be battling for the most playing time there. I personally believe that it's Mike Epps' job to lose. Mike Epps has made more plays. Mike Epps has, been ready every time his number's been called on. I don't even think Kayvon Wallace has an interception. Mike Epps has made plays. In the special teams game, Mike Epps is a great gunner. Mike Epps is a hard-hitting safety. He's aggressive. I think Mike Epps is what we need. In terms of my last video that I posted, I got really, really high hopes for Mike Epps. So I think Mike Epps is going to win this job pretty easily, but there is still some meaningful playing time for Kayvon Wallace. You lost Rodney McLeod, so that automatically bumps up Kayvon Wallace's, utilization, in terms of playing time. I want to see Kayvon Wallace excel on a special teams level, because we need guys there as well. The next position, man, would definitely be right guard for me, man. Isaac Seumalo and Jack Driscoll, they're going to have to beef it out for that starting position. But I think it's Isaac Seumalo's job to lose. He has a lot of time there. He started there before. Jack Driscoll has logged in some starts. So I think we good there, because at the end of the day, no matter who gets the job, you got depth there. And that's what this really boils down to. It's a lot of teams without depth. You know what I mean? If you don't have competition in OTAs, that means you don't have depth. We need to have competition. Hey, hell, some may even argue that it's competition at the quarterback position. We all know that there's no competition there, but it's depth there. Carson Strong is there. Gardner Minshew is there. You know what I mean? It's some guys that's on this roster from the quarterback standpoint that can do wonders with the talent that was built in the offseason. So it's depth all over the place for this Philadelphia Eagles roster. You should be plug and play in a number of positions. Last but not least, the linebacking position. We know Kaiser White, Hassan Reddick, and Nakobe Dean should be guys getting a lot of time. But TJ Edwards is a guy who really made a name for himself last year. We were depleted at that core. Nobody knew who was going to be the best linebacker, and TJ Edwards emerged. Davion Teller also emerged when he was getting playing time and when he was available. So, what does that mean? That means you have depth at that position as well. If you could talk about 3 new additions and you didn't really lose nobody from the core, you got depth. So, in a perfect world, you can have a guy like Kayvon Wallace, you can have a guy like Davion Teller on special teams. That's just how deep this football team could be. So I'm not opposed to those situations right there, but it's definitely some competition, because if I'm TJ Edwards, I have to go out there and prove that I'm better than Nakobe Dean so I can get that time. He's a rookie, but we know Nakobe Dean has a high pedigree and a high ceiling, so it's going to be an uphill battle for guys like TJ Edwards, in my opinion, and Davion Teller to really log meaningful minutes if it's not behind, an injury situation or something like that. So competition is healthy. OTAs start tomorrow. We're going to see what this is hitting for. Tonight, around 7:30 p.m., GOAT Talk will be back. Me and Philly Mike will be breaking down what we think is the top 32 QB ranking. We're going to start from the bottom 10, then we're going to go from the mid 10, and we're going to do the last 12. It's going to be a 3-part episode featuring on GOAT Talk. And we're going to explain why we picked these guys. We also going to talk more about OTAs and stuff like that that's popping off this week for the Philadelphia Eagles. Listen, man, enjoy your holiday weekend. Thank you all for tapping in. We're going to get to it, man.